more leniency towards, say the receivers are dropping, especially towards the end of practice when the balls are getting heavier and a little bit more slippery? Or is this just a teaching moment as far as you guys have got to learn how to catch this because we might experience this at some point?
You know, I can promise you, you and Greg and Benny, when we're dropping the ball against a real game, none of y'all will come here saying, "Hey, coach, we sure feel bad for you guys for dropping the ball." Y'all will be like, I'll go ahead and tee up Greg's question. Like, Coach, what would you think the reason for the 7 drops were today? Well, Greg, we didn't catch very well today, right? No, you just can't. And excuses are like, you know, and they all stink.
Jeff, I think we got Ronald Triplett coming in here. What sort of stands out about what he's brought to the table in 2 years with you guys?
Just the human that he is. He's had to be here more than 2 years, hasn't he? Has to be. I don't know.
Well, 2 years he's been playing quite a bit.
Yeah, he seems like he's been here forever. I think Trill's been here 4 years, but why would I ever argue with Greg when he's ever wrong? This is
I don't want to.
He's just the human that he is. He's a wonderful kid, and he's a good player. And we missed him the first time when he went to K-State, and we got him the second time on the bounce back. And just he's a wonderful human. Shows up every day, good football player, and just one of the best humans you'll ever be around.
There's been some discussion through his time here about whether he's going to work linebacker or defensive line. Is he kind of settled on the line right now, or is there still some flexibility?
Oh yeah, he's just so smart, and his character's so great. You can move him around, but yeah, we've got him he's one of our 9 guys in the D-line.
I know he's like probably the lightest guy in that group. Is there an effort to bulk him up, or do you like having a different style of player you can turn to at times?
He's tried. It's just, you know, he is what he is, and he relies on quickness, intelligence, anticipation, scouting reports, how he survives.
David Amador is the other one today. How did his first season compare to what you might have expected with him coming in here?
Oh, it was really good for a true freshman to make the plays that he played, and he's really had a great spring. Another one of those wonderful human beings. He's just a great, great person. And that's the thing with name, image, and likeness nowadays. I really wish there was a way our people could get to know our kids better. You know, in football, their helmets are on. It's hard to know. You can't really get to know the kid. And if you took the helmets off these guys, I remember at our kickoff luncheon when the season started, you know, we put a player at every table. Like every single booster that bought a table that hung out with those kids, they just raved about the people that they are. And that's the part I hope we can take to the next level here with our name, image, and likeness, is just to keep figuring out ways for our people to get to know the players. I know that if they do that, they're going to fall in love with them, and they're going to help them. They're going to want to help them. So he's another one of those people that to know him is to love him.
When we were talking about that position group, you said he might not be the fastest in a race, but between the lines, it's like something different comes out of him.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if I'm just not wrong. I mean, he might be the fastest in the race too. I mean, his Titan data is up there with the elite ones, and it's up there all the time. And he's one of those kind of guys that, in my opinion, probably runs so smooth. He doesn't look like he's running fast, but he's always leading people.
He has kind of a different, interesting background coming from high school where last few games he had to step in at quarterback because of an injury, and just how he answered the call. Is that something you like to see in recruiting? What does that tell you about a guy?
Yeah, I think it was even more than a few games, possibly, Greg. Yeah, he's very there's a lot of things he can do. I mean, he can play wildcat quarterback. He can be involved in all your double passes. He can catch it. He can be a running back. He can return kicks. I'm sure he'd be a heck of a safety, honestly. You could probably put him in safety. He'd be one of your best ones.
You guys are now in the final week of spring practice and then spring game on Saturday. What do you want to see in these last few practices and then from the spring game on Saturday?
We've really grinded this spring. We've gotten after it. This is like when we first got here, kind of grinded. And our kids we've been relatively healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think we've got an edge to us that I like, a competitive spirit about us that we like. It's hard to go as many practices as we've gone now against each other and not play an opponent and keep a competitive spirit. And I would challenge all of y'all. Y'all been to our practices, and every one of them are spirited, and there's some heated discussion going on at all times.
I know Mekhi Hart's been out right now, but what's his level of engagement been like in the spring? What has he brought to the table for you?
Yeah, he's just still recovering from that surgery, and we hope to see him really start getting closer here soon. I know he's working really hard at it. He's missed 2 years, and he's determined to get back out there. And that's a guy that, him and JT are two of the best players ever played in our program. And we've gone now, 2 seasons with him out in Mackay and a season and a half without JT. And we hope we have both of them back. We really do.
Is Mackay still like engaged in things? Does he bring kind of a leadership piece or in the meeting room kind of component?
He is, but it's just hard when he's not out there in practice. But yeah, in all the meetings, he's in rehab. He's in there all the time working. He's more determined to come back than ever. It's sometimes you don't know what you got until it's gone, and not getting to play for 2 years, man. I tell him, you think it's bad now, wait till you get my age. But you still wish you'd go out there and tee it up, and you just physically can't do it anymore. At least at his age, he can.
Do you rotate a lot of different offensive line combinations through the spring, or do you want to kind of find one and start building chemistry now if you can?
No, we rotate. We're so competitive. We're always moving those 1s, 2s, and 3s around. There's always somebody nicked up. So just by kind of just the game, it forces itself on you. But we won't make real, let's be honest, you're going to probably play with 8 or 9 of them, and you're going to develop, once we get through fall camp, we'll pick those 8 or 9, and that'll be the ones we roll through the season probably with.
With the assistant staff, I know you traded, basically you had 2 offensive line coaches previously, and now you have one with the kind of Nichols position. What sort of went into the decision to restructure that a little bit?
We just felt like that with our GAs being as good as they are, and it was just time. That's all it was.
If y'all did have a coach's scrimmage, what position is Jeff Traylor playing?
Oh, I'm gonna be full-time quarterback, and no one's gonna run a route further than 5 yards, and I'm gonna make the rules and read them where I win.
Do you know yet, Coach, what the fans will see QB rotation-wise on?
I don't know who we'll go with first. It'll be equal. We've done that all spring. I don't know whose turn it is this week. I didn't even notice today. We just rotated. So whoever's turn it is, he'll be up first Saturday. Hell, I might put them both out there at the same time so you guys won't talk about it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks,